Good morning. We are going to start here with electrical properties in solid state. And basically in electrical properties, we find conductor, insulator, and semiconductor. Now question is this: what is this conductor, semiconductor, and insulator? So what do we find here? Conductor is what? Which can conduct electricity easily. Insulator, it's very difficult to conduct electricity. And semiconductor, we find initially, it remains that it behaves as insulator, but under certain conditions, either by increasing temperature or by uh, doping, substance can be made to act as conductor. They are named as semiconductor. We'll see it here on the basis of their activities. They are going to be taken as considered as conductors, insulator, and semiconductor. You can find your conductivity value that is given for conductor is 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 7 per ohm per meter. And insulator, it is 10 to the power minus 20 to 10 to the power minus 10 per ohm per meter. Semiconductors also it's given. Metal conduct electricity in solid state as well as in molten state, but condition is what? Valence electron has to be there. So this what I gave you as instructions, introduction. It is here conductor, insulator, and semiconductor. Now, how this is basically conductor, we are going to explain. First, we need to understand exactly how this metal shows, metal looks like. Metal, we said, atoms are closely packed, and what kind of forces of attraction that is present. We can explain with the help of electron C model or valence bond theory. So we find electron C model that is very simple. Valence electron shows attraction with the kernels of another atom. But in valence bond theory, you can check it. Yes, you'll just like to like all that screen which is present here. You can notice how this is done. Like in this case, you'll just try to check if you can see it. Electron C model, we had completely different, and valence bond theory, we have different pattern. It's not a bond, it is band theory. We'll say that different way we have to understand metallic bonding. This says what? Lithium metals, you need to assume the way molecular orbitals were made from combining atoms. Like O2, if you remember, all the atomic orbitals were mixing and they were resulting into formation of same number of molecular orbitals. Same thing happens in the case of metal here. But molecular orbitals, that is not named as molecular orbitals, they are named as energy bands. For example, one lithium consists of 1s2, 2s1, which contains two atomic orbitals, means two energy bands. If 5 lithium atoms we are going to assume, so there will be 10 atomic orbitals, means 10 atomic orbitals will combine with each other and will form same number of energy bands, the way we used to get in molecular orbital. But that concept, just rough way, approx way we have to take. Now, whatever energy bands that is made, they will be having difference in energy. You can see it here. They get arranged according to increase in their energies. And then electrons provided by these 5 lithium. This is not only for lithium we are saying. I'm just taking one example. 2 plus 1, 3. One atom provides 3 electrons. So total, how many electrons are going to be there? 15. Those 15 electrons are distributed 2, 4, 6, 2, 8, 15, you will say. Now what happens in these energy bands, they are having different names. Like here we'll say, we can put it here, valence band, conduction band, energy gap. Valence band is what? When energy bands you start filling with electrons. Lowest occupied energy band, one which is having lower energy, that is called valence band, and highest occupied energy band is called conduction band. So this is and difference between conduction band is khali wala band. Energy difference between conduction band and valence band is called energy gap. So this is mentioned over here. And remember, in conductor, energy gap value remains very less. And in insulator, this remains very high. And in semiconductor, it remains in between conductor and semiconductor. Now, question is this: why do we need to know how this explains conductor? If gap remains very less, electron can keep jumping to this conduction band, due to which conduction takes place, because we said conduction is what? Movement of electrons. So easily electron will move. Now next is here, we'll see how this is shown here. In the case of metals, partially filled band overlapping, this conduction band can overlap with valence band, then it makes superconductor. But most of the time, valence band bhara hua, khali, that is called conduction band. If this gap, energy gap remains very large, which is also called forbidden gap, it's named as insulator. If it remains very small so that electron can jump from one place to another, that is conductor. But if remains in between, means moderate, then it's called semiconductor. Now next is the same thing, like what I explained you, conductor, insulator, and semiconductors. It's there, but semiconductors further divided because this has got insulator is useless, conductor is very fast, so semiconductor always remain in operation. Semiconductors, they are also of two types, intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductors will try to understand what is this intrinsic semiconductors. If electrons can be made to jump from valence band to conduction band, khali band is conduction band, by increasing temperature, it means in semiconductor what we had said, normal way it acts as insulator. लेकिन उसको मोटिवेट करके यदि हम इलेक्ट्रॉन को जंप करवा दें from valence band to conduction band, it's called what? Semiconductor. So but this semiconductor has got special type which is called intrinsic semiconductor. An example we are taking silicon and germanium. Now we are coming to extrinsic. We'll just find here extrinsic semiconductor classified as extrinsic and intrinsic. Intrinsic, we said it is made by increasing temperature. Extrinsic, we will find extrinsic means what? Something we are going to add. So here this is N-type and P-type we are finding. N-type and P-type semiconductor you need to read. What is this N-type and P-type? Means there are 14 group elements which remains as without any free electron, can also be called insulator, but those 14 group elements can be made to act as a conductor. That's why it's called semiconductor. So you'll find here silicon making tetravalent bond, tetrahedral structure. When 15th group elements are doped over here, means डाला गया, 15th group में nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth है, डाला गया, per doped atom there will be one free electron which shows conduction. मतलब ऐसा silicon पहले आपका conductor नहीं था, लेकिन आर्सेनिक के डालने से एक इलेक्ट्रॉन जितने आर्सेनिक डाले जाएंगे एक फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन हो जाएगा per atom. That will show conduction. That is called N-type. What happens in the case of P-type semiconductor? P-type semiconductor, here we are putting in 14th group we are putting higher valence electron element वाला element, तो फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन मिल जा रहा है जिसकी वजह से कंडक्शन हुआ. P-type वाले में उसी 14th group element में 13th group elements डालेंगे. 13th group element, that is your boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. गैलियम डाला गया तो गैलियम के पास केवल 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं. 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स तो बॉन्ड बना दिया जैसे सिलिकॉन ने करना है. चौथा उसका ऑर्बिटल खाली रह जाता है, सिलिकॉन का जो चौथा ऑर्बिटल है, बिकॉज गैलियम इज नॉट शोइंग 4th इलेक्ट्रॉन. So that place is named as, that is empty place, it's named as hole. Positively charged hole, we'll say. Now I'll see it like how this looks exactly. N-type we had explained, what I explained you, N-type is present here. Next is P-type. N-type, negatively charged electrons and silicon doped with highly. Same what we discussed here, it's given here extra electron that is present. In P-type we are coming, I explained you this area. When 13th group elements are placed, positively charged hole is created. And electrons, interesting part is what? Electrons from adjacent bond starts moving towards hole. So place from where this electron moves, that area electron, a hole is generated. So क्या दिखता है finally कि hole जिस direction में move कर रहा है बाएं से दाएं, तो electron फिर उसको cover करने के लिए दाएं से बाएं घूमने लगते हैं. So that is basically hole is responsible for movement of electron, means conduction of electron. That's why it's called P, positively charged. Hole remains positively charged, P-type semiconductor. So this way, and significance we'll see here. This is used in NNTP type semiconductor diode, which is used as a rectifier. Rectifier second means like in number of electronics, you'll find diode valve is there. One form of energy is converted into another form, which is rectifier. Transistor, which amplifies radio or audio signals. जो transistor हम लोग का लगा रहता है, audio and visual को amplify कर देता है, बड़ा कर देता है. And here NPN, PNP type transistor that is used. And third is solar cell is efficient photodiode used for conversion of light energy into electrical energy. एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ आपको दिया हुआ है. More questions like they are easy one. If you want to, when you're doing practice, please do that. Thank you.